right, so it's day 84 of going through my old journal. And let's get this lined up. The quote for the day is, "No bird soars too high if he soars with his own wings." And the prompt says, what is the meaning behind the quote on this page, and how do you interpret it? So go ahead and pause the video and think about what you think about this quote, and I will tell you what I wrote. Let's see. I will say, this is totally off topic, but I remember there were some days when I was filling out this journal that I didn't know what I was gonna write. And so this was kind of a lesson to me in like just pushing through and just finishing, just doing it. And because I'm reading this and I feel like, oh, this would take some thought. So we'll see what I wrote on this. I feel like this would have been a harder day for me, but we'll see. I said so again, the quote is, "No bird soars too high if he soars with his own wings." So I said, my interpretation is that no accomplishment is too big as long as it is achieved through your own ability. It's kind of a weird answer. I said, I think it takes from a story where the guy has wings held together by wax that, yeah, maybe this isn't, okay, yeah. I don't think this really necessarily goes with the quote, but we'll see what I wrote. I said, I think it takes from the story where the guy has wings held together by wax that melts when he gets too close to the sun. Is it Icarus? I can't remember. I said, I can see how this may be useful to describe some recent failed visionaries, like the Theranos lady. Yeah, a while back I watched a video about, what's her name? I can't think of her name. The girl that started Theranos and got all this investment money, and like she had this like vision of something that she wanted to implement, and then it just kind of fell apart. And then I said the guy who put together the Fire Festival, or even the fake German heiress, Anna Delvey. Yeah, at that point I think I had just watched that. I said, but I'm not sure how much it applies to most normal people unless I'm misinterpreting it. So I think the thing with those people is they had these visions, but, and this kind of goes back to what I said yesterday, like you can't, like, I feel like you can't rely on other people, yeah, to like accomplish things, because you don't know what other people are thinking. You don't know what they're capable of. And so like if you rely on other people, then even if you have this vision of what you want to happen or what you want people to do or how you want things to turn out, like if you're doing these things that rely on other people, it's not really gonna be okay. Now I see what I'm saying. Yeah, so these people had these huge visions, like they were gonna soar so high. They had these huge visions, but in order to accomplish these things, it took the skills or abilities of other people, or being able to like properly manage these other people. And because they like got so high up with this, like they ended up crashing because it took more than just like their own selves to accomplish these things, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then I said, even with those people listed, I listed one of their abilities appears to be the ability to convince people to believe in their dreams. So I don't know that it even relates to them either. And I said, plus there have been lots of instances where people with big dreams have pushed hard enough to make them a reality. So like Steve Jobs, I listed here. I really feel like a connection. Maybe this is totally off base, but when I think of the Theranos lady, and I know like Steve Jobs was one of her idols, like Steve Jobs was able to accomplish this. Like he had this idea that was beyond like what people thought was possible at the time, and he was able to push hard enough with the help of other people to get it accomplished. And I think that's what was her name? With the Elizabeth Holmes. Like I think that's what she was thinking, is like, I have this that I want to happen, And if I just keep pushing hard enough, and if we just keep working hard enough, this is going to happen. Kind of like Steve Jobs did, and it just fell through. But I said, but it has, worked before. And I said, so I'm not really sure how I feel about the quote. I mean, I guess it's true. You won't overshoot to the point of extreme failure without the help of others. But I'm also not sure how high anyone can soar on their own. And I said, I struggle a bit with this actually. I have a lot of big ideas that would require the help of others, but am worried to implement them for fear of failure. Because, yeah, like I said yesterday, like, you have to depend on others for things, and I don't feel like others are always reliable. Or I guess I don't feel like my skills, like, I think you would have to have really good skills of like managing people or inspiring people to do things to get some of these big things done. And some of these people had this, they were able to inspire people, and even with that ability, like, they still failed pretty big. And so I don't know, that was my interpretation of it. Anyway, maybe it's not the right interpretation or the best interpretation, but that's what I took out of it. So maybe you took something different, but anyway, that was day 84, and I will be back tomorrow with day 85.